What do we have to do, Slongi?
Do we have someone spend $60,000 to turn it into an elf?
We should boil them.
Let's go.
I feel like I want to express of how I feel inside, like
Pretty long ears for an elf, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm thinking he's a bat, not an elf.
a fantasy character. So that's why plastic surgery is a very, very important part of my transformation.
Welcome to the plastic age.
Exactly. That information age was way too short, in my opinion.
We're hooked on this look, alright.
We are?
And we're gonna boil it.
It's lucky we don't boil
Buenos
people,
Aires.
right? It's my favorite Aries.
I usually spend around 2 hours a day to do my makeup.
That is to do it 24, like 8% of his day. He spends
Almost as long as my aunt.
Goodness.
Until it looks exactly as I...
His ears are kind of pointy, even without the extensions. Maybe he is an elf. If we ever meet a real life elf, Slongi, we're probably going to boil him. But we shouldn't boil him, right?
Shouldn't, but we probably will.
I try to make it look as natural as possible, but at the same time looking fake, as a fantasy being.
Hello everybody, my name is...
So realistic, but fantasy-based. That's what I'm getting here.
So I believe we don't use oxymoron
Yeah.
very often on our channel.
I think we have to use it here. Real fantasy. Realistic fantasy.
I think real and fantasy are opposite things, right?
Yeah.
Military intelligence, like Stew sober, like those are all. We should draw a line between real and fantasy. Fantasy's not bad, but it's not real. It's because that's what the words mean, right?
Luis Padron, the human elf, or how they call me on the internet, the plastic prince. I am undergoing plastic surgery to become...
Is he the plastic prince or is he the real elf?
Pretty sure he's an elf.
When he says, like, they either call me these two things, I would call him guy who needs shave and haircut and less bee stings on his lips and less blue contact lenses. That's what I'd call him.
And less pointy ear extensions.
Unless his name was Jim. His name was Jim, I'd just call him Jim.
A real-life fantasy being. I call myself Plastic Prince because it's a mix between fairy tales and the modern world, that it's full of plastic.
This highlighter in my nose will make it...
Aren't there princes in real life too?
I have to go back and listen to the words again here, Slongi.
Modern world, that it's full of plastic. Because it's a mix between fairy tales and the modern world, that it's full of plastic.
This highlighter in my...
You were right. Also, aren't princes in real life though?
I mean, I think that is the child of a king or queen.
Nose will make it look more smaller and pointy.
I have around 40 procedures in total. Some of them are really big and some of them are really small. I have spent around 60k US dollars in total.
Me?
So normally we make fun of the dollar amount, but it turns out he used US dollars.
Susie.
So
The magical all-in-one countertop.
Let's make
kitchen
fun of the
robot.
ad instead.
Plastic surgery is incredibly popular in
he changed his voice.
Louis Padron's
Impressive.
home country of Argentina. But wanting to look like an elf is altogether less common.
Do you think this? Yeah, very few people want to become a unicorn.
Under these prosthetic elf ears, I have my real ears shaped more pointy like an elf. I have my eyes done, I changed the eye color 6 times.
He also looks
I'm
like a
now-
Vulcan.
And the wig. Also, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the one, or something like that.
That live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper, yeah.
Goodness, the needs of the man. That's like something.
I did my nose 2 times.
We all know elves are big, absolutely pro bono for free. That's not what I said. They all want to live together.
Fillers in my whole face multiple times.
No, those are some bee stings.
That looks like that is absolutely like 9, maybe even 20 queen bee stings right there. We should have Liam Bryan come along because he understands bee stings better than all of us. Goodness, that looks sore.
The last one was very heavy. It was my entire jawline reshaped.
I absolutely thought that his accent was like from Germany or something. I didn't think he was. Here's our thumbnail right here. But I thought his accent wasn't from Argentina, even though he says he's from Argentina. You know, a lot of Nazis went to Argentina after World War II. That's what I heard. Read it on the internet.
They have to cut the bone in 4 parts, then they remove a little part from the bone, and
And they gave him the best face mask ever.
Can you believe they're doing this to his jaw?
And in Buenos Aires, they have wine and steak. Slongi, why have you never been there? You know, like, I'll drink wine and I'll happily eat steak. And we've never been there. Did you know they have wine and steak in other parts of the world?
Yes.
You did know that?
Yes.
Oh.
and then they make it really sharp like a diamond.
It's not like a diamond.
Some surgeries hurt a lot. I have to admit that sometimes I am like, "Ugh, I can't stand it, but it's a part of the journey." Oh my!
If you can't stand it, why do you do it? I mean, I appreciate the commitment, but why?
One day when you're committed to something, Slongi, you'll be willing to accept pain.
Family.
Now.
They didn't
Now.
like it at first.
Now.
They were
Elves are like onions. They get eaten by ogres.
scared of what I
Cannibals.
wanted to do. But then I did my first surgery, then I did my second surgery.
Is he smoking a cup of tea? Or is he like drinking a cup of tea from a weird straw?
I think he's smoking the tea.
Getting
And my
Argentina.
third surgery, and they were like,
People in Argentina share cups of tea. You heard it here first, fans.
we can't stop him.
We can't stop
Cuando
him.
éramos chicos, él siempre se teñía el pelo de colores,
He
usaba
used to
ropa
he used to
como
wear experiment
extravagante
clothes.
y era muy gracioso
It
porque
was really funny.
tenía 7
Because he was
años,
7
tenía
years
el
old
pelo azul y
and
andaba
had blue
con
hair.
remeras
He wore printed.
con
This is how you tell it, guys. Anyone?
Had brown hair and wore a bikini, right?
No, he's the.
Oh wait, the one on the left.
Yeah. The fans right, other right, 3 times left. Yes, he had blue hair and
My
he wore.
left and your left.
I swear, Slongi, because we react to this, you don't understand. Like we have to read this stuff. We have to read the words for the fans who can't read because it's behind us.
remeras estampadas y como que era gracioso.
And it was like funny and fun. Aren't those the same thing?
Pretty much.
Y divertido.
As a child, I love fantasy movies, also fantasy books like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings.
Harry Potter's not a fantasy book. That actually happened, right?
Yeah, just like Lord of the Rings.
I think they all happened. That's why this guy can
And for the
reveal,
record,
right?
Lord of the Rings is the first book Stu couldn't read in a whole day.
It did take me to get to you guys. Take me 2 days, guys.
When I was a teenager.
If only we had an editor, right? 2 days, guys. I'm sorry, it took me 2 days. It's a very long book.
I found these creatures from Love and Light called Pleiadians. They are perfect human beings from the space. They are a mix between elf and aliens. They are very pale.
You can't mix elves and aliens, right, Slongi? Can you mix them?
I've seen blue aliens and now I've seen an elf. I think you can mix them.
You can? Okay. Oh, Slongi's the expert in this. I'm clearly not old.
They are very tall. They have this silver long.
Well, you're not very tall. He's only about 6 feet tall, I would say.
So are you.
And
about
most
6 feet.
elves are about 5'2". So, yeah,
hair, big,
It's a
big
big deal.
eyes, and I took them as the icon I want to become.
It's not just plastic surgery that helps Louis achieve his elfish looks.
it's also his ability to switch voices.
Partway
Partway through a quick.
ventriloquism.
Wouldn't it be cool if you could just like switch those voices, right?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of neat. I like his right ear, but I'm not seeing his left ear right now, Slongi.
I use a lot of design
Did you see it there? Did you see it, fans?
Barely.
That's because we always record videos in 4K. You can see that.
inner clothing.
Yes.
I use a lot of unique pieces.
When he was wearing that green, it made him look like a pickle. You know what? Let's look at him as a pickle again.
Doesn't
Inner
it look like
clothing.
pickle?
I use
He's a pickle now.
The second you cover an elf's ears and dress them in green, I swear to goodness, guys, I always think they become a pickle.
This is a pickle to my left.
And even though... Am I a pickle?
Now.
Oh, you're left.
You're
It-
right.
My right?
Yeah.
Other right? Other right? I can't... I don't get to see my camera because we're
You're left.
use a lot of
Where am I left behind? I swear, Slongi, you're the meanest son ever. Here's a thumbnail. Pickles.
My right.
unique pieces. They are one of a kind. I wanted to do hair
At least get the elf ears extension that matches your skin color, right? Or left, which are left ear. Like, goodness, I think when he had like his ears clipped behind was a way better effect than having fake plastic ears that don't match him, right?
Yeah.
hair transplant.
If you're going elf, go. Slongi, you just realized
What?
he was wearing a wig.
I realized that a long time ago.
So I have to cut it and let it grow black. So to keep maintaining my elf look,
Also,
I-
what was that? What was that white square coming in and off the screen?
It's probably like one of the things behind. I don't know. What was the white square, Slongi? This
Like
one's
that
in
white
the
thing
script,
that
guys.
kept coming onto the screen and covering
Oh,
it.
it's a building.
started
Building.
Building. Yeah.
using white wigs. I don't use the wigs that often unless it's a special occasion.
Like there's a camera crew coming along. It was special. And then like he has like weird red eyeball stuff and weird
Yellow.
yellow stuff but in blue liquid. And then like an air freshener. That's behind my head, guys. You guys can't see this, but goodness, that was worth pausing. I'm not sure why.
I have a huge collection of 500 contact lenses and I use them all the time. I have different models, different
Unless you change your contact lenses like 50 times a day, you don't really use them all the time. Just looking at the numbers.
colors. I am a huge fan of them. These
Me
are
too.
one of
I
my
love these.
favorites. The sclera lens, they gives me this
One of them looks a bit crooked. Like, just let me push it farther and then.
We're not allowed to make fun of people's crooked eyes. I think that's one of the protected
Eye
species.
contacts.
Oh, context. Absolutely.
Contacts.
Slightly to the right, somewhat to the left.
fantasy look, this strange, outwardly look that I love.
This may be too much for the doctors, so I will change the model.
So it's too much for the doctors. Like, doctors don't have unusual people. I was going to say freaks, Slongi, but we're not recorded, right?
We are.
Like, the doctor hasn't had someone come in with, like, some unusual contact lenses. Narcissist, perhaps, thinks that his belief about turning up to doctors with his normal eyeballs is a big deal to the doctor. Not the right thing. Vanity is unattractive.
Now I need the keys.
Yeah.
He needs the keys.
Goodbye, fantasy world. And
Should
hello, real world.
Shouldn't he be taking his bow and arrows? Like elves do that, right?
So do orcs.
Yeah, what if he meets the orc? Like, Argentina is right next to that place with the orc.
There are
person.
certain activities that I can't
Right.
do when I do plastic surgery. For example, when I did my jaw, I had to eat 1 month only liquids. It was very hard for me because I love eating. The reaction
Do you think it's true that if you're gonna have your jaw changed, that you can only eat liquids?
Actually, I'm pretty sure it is.
Really?
Because, you know, your jaw.
Yeah. So I've had a lot of surgeries, Slongi. You've had
No.
none, and they're like, "Hey, turn up for the surgery." I had some screws in my spine. My arms put back together. They're like, "Hey, just don't eat the night before." Maybe it's the Argentinian medicine is way different.
I think it's just
in
because it's his
public
jaw.
is really
How is his jaw more important than my spine?
Because you don't use your spine to eat.
some are good,
You don't
some
use
are
spine
bad,
to
but
eat.
most
So I could see he has his jaw done. He only eats liquid for a
'Cause his
long
jaw
time
has to heal.
after it,
Because
right?
his jaw has to heal.
So I thought it was before he said. I'm pretty sure he said before.
Pretty sure I didn't.
Pretty sure I'm drunk. Slongi's
You are.
correct.
of them
I
are
am.
just
You're drunk or correct?
Correct.
they usually want to take pictures, take selfies with me. They treat me very well, like a real
I hope he turns up in a future video. I think he's one of those clown things we were discussing earlier.
Yes.
prince, so I'm okay with that.
It's a good look.
More
Oh,
enjoy
Harry
getting to
Potter
relive
is
it
good.
all.
We're getting so
With
copyright
perfect talent.
skip dad. We like Harry Potter.
Yes, we do. So does he.
J.K. Rowling, if you want to fight our copyright strike together, we would absolutely join you on that fight.
The people is really nice on internet. Some of them are nice.
This would be the first video we've ever had where someone said the people on the internet were really nice.
People on the internet are nice. What kind of internet are you on?
That's how I met Missy Stu. It was the internet.
Hmm.
And then it turns out that she wasn't really nice.
Nasty, but I think the problem is not with me, it is with them.
Oh, I think we might have misunderstood. I think he might have said they weren't really nice.
Perhaps.
And then he's like, "Oh, the problem is the people with the real elf ears, and they're mean to me or something."
Hola, doctor Miño.
No, the old Doctor Minio.
¿Cómo le va? Llegué a
Ay,
la
ay,
zona
near
donde
the
habíamos
clinic.
acordado que iba a ser el turno.
Turning up the camera crew.
We arrived
feel
at the
about it.
doctor's place, so we are going to have the meeting now. I hope everything
Oh.
goes well. Let's see if I can have the surgery I want.
Do you think he's gonna have the surgery he wants?
Yes.
No, fuck off.
It was to the other side.
He's way too tall for an elf. This is not a real elf. Unless he's gonna get like the lower shin bone surgery to make him short like an elf should be. I don't think
Maybe he's just wearing stilts.
maybe he's a. I think those are halflings that wear stills.
Oh yeah.
Esperen un segundo que estoy re perdido. ¿Esto sube
He's
o
lost.
baja?
Are we going up or down? So up and down is a super easy thing to work out. Up, down. This is why we don't trust elves. That's why, like, even if they ask you a question, they're just trying to steal your baby.
What?
Baja
That's what
segura.
elves do.
Sí, baja para allá. Ah,
Today, Louis has an appointment.
He changed his voice again.
This
These
guy would be a
elf-
great voice
surgeon
actor.
about
These
tightening
elves
the
are
skin
tricky.
around his face, following his latest jaw surgery.
I still have some surgeries on the way to become what I want to become. I still need some.
I was
I have to
so
realize, why did he get the jaw surgery in the first place?
to get rid of some of his jaw, I assume.
But why?
Why? Because he wants to look more like an elf. Elves have very pointy jaws.
They also have very pointy ears and noses.
He should have had, like, before you get the chin done, unless his chin was like this wide, he should have had like full extensions on his ears.
Liftings, then an Adam's apple reduction, cat eyes, another
Elves don't have Adam's apples.
I don't know.
I mean, like, get the ears done first, guy. Get the ears done first. The Adam's apple can come later. Don't have the fake ears.
eye color change, and then some more fillers, another nose job maybe, and I can be done with that. I also want to add some fangs to my teeth. Habrás notado que mucha gente lo que quiere es algo natural.
Maybe this is like the pre-video to like the arc line, how elves became orcs, right? In Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah.
Maybe this is like the pre-orc thing where he's like, hey, I want to have the fangs and shit like the orcs. And then
Now that'd be pretty cool.
maybe he was the first orc.
That'd be pretty cool.
Por mí, si se nota que es cirugía plástica y que sea algo extremo, a mí me encanta.
Seguro. Pero
Sure,
una
but
cosa
something
importante
important
es que
is that
vos
you
tenés
have
una idea en
an
la
idea in
cabeza.
extreme,
Extrema,
yes.
pero también yo tengo que saber
But I
qué
also have to
tipo
know
de idea
what
extrema.
kind of
Nosotros
extreme
necesitamos
idea.
entender
We
hacia
need to
dónde
understand
va
the
tu
ideal
ideal
you're
de
trying to
elaborar.
achieve.
I never had an elf patient, a person who wants to.
Dr. Garcia should lose his license because he's not an elf. He's a human who wants to look like an elf. Goodness, Dr. Garcia. Even if they're paying cash money.
Became an elf is, I think, it's a privilege, and it's very tempting.
It's a privilege to have someone lie to you about being an elf. Is that a privilege?
Apparently.
Yeah, Dr.
To
Garcia.
perform the surgery because this is the first time ever I have this opportunity.
You know, it's the first time he's ever had an opportunity, Slongi. Because elves don't exist.
They don't?
I mean, they do in fantasy, not reality.
Estoy muy orgullosa de él porque él
Lord of the Rings was
se
real.
muestra tal
I
cual
watched
es
it. I
y
saw it as well.
no le importa lo que digan los demás, que eso la verdad que
I
está
assume you guys
buenísimo.
are listen
Que
to the
haga y que
Spanish.
se vista como él quiere y haga lo que lo hace feliz.
I really don't dress like this to provoke a reaction. I dress like this because I
Fact checked, false.
like to look like this for me and not for the others. It is important for me because I feel like I want to express of how I feel inside like a fantasy character, and I want to
We're not going to make fun of how he said character, because that's how we say it in Scotland.
take this to
Character.
the outside world.
Okay, we have the elf guy. Do we think the orc or the elf guy wins in a fight?
I think the orc does.
He's got the split tongue. He's got the tattoos. Our elf guy doesn't even have real elf ears yet. Maybe he's going to work on them. He's like, I have to get my Adam's apple removed or some crap like that. I think the orc, I even think the half orc wife probably beats the full pretend elf in a battle. What do you think?
I think yes.
But overall, I assume that we are both happy that he is enjoying his life and however he wishes to live it
Yeah.
is exceptional. No one should be mean to him unless the person, like if he says, I'm an elf, like I could be mean to him and say, no, you're not. You might look like a stylized version of an elf. Right? Is that me being mean? Would that be mean?
Eh.
I mean, like we have to have like one toe in reality, right? Not like elf ears in reality or something.
Boiled elf.
And of course, fans, we, the terms of service, are here to protect people
Yes.
of
Species, class,
Creed.
creed.
I don't know what creed means. I
race.
think I was thinking about like a spin-off from the Rocky
Assassin's
movies.
Creed.
Oh, I mean, I guess maybe it's fun of
Species,
that.
class, race, all of that. We're just having some fun looking at the crazy and cool stuff going on outside of our four walls. Anyway, Stu, what do we say to the fans at the end of the video?
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell. You didn't hear it? Turn it up. Goodbye, everybody.
And don't forget, boiled elves.